Hello YouTube, so it's your girl lovelyyNans. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, so today's video, it's a bit different. I wanted to do a little story time. I know story time is like the big thing on YouTube now, but I didn't really want to do story times because I felt like, God, what am I going to talk about, you know? But I did come up with something I think you guys will enjoy hearing me talk about. I'm gonna tell you guys about my journey to America. The journey from me moving from Ghana to the United States. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the story. So I moved here when I was 12 years old, about to be 13, and I've been here for almost 16 years now, so it's been a long time. I've actually lived in America longer than I lived in Ghana. So I was in Ghana for, of course, 12 years, and I've been here for almost 16 years. So yeah, and so how did I come here? Me and my family, well, my dad won the lottery, so I don't know if you guys know that you can actually do a lottery thing to come to America, and if you get picked, you get to come to America. So it's kind of like when you go to the corner store and you go do your little Mega Million lottery thing. It's kind of the same thing, but for people to come to America. So that's what my dad did. And yeah, so he knows a lot more information about all, like, how to do all that. I don't really know how that system works. I just heard we won and we came, and yeah, we're here. So yeah, I have like bullet points on my phone because I always forget things. So yeah, I have things down that I'm gonna talk about. So it was me, my dad, my two siblings, and myself. So it was 5 of us all together. We did come on a plane, and yeah, that's the only way to get to America, on a plane. I don't know if you can go on a boat, but I don't know about that. But yeah, we came straight from Ghana to America on a plane. And yeah, so I remember at that time I was probably in, what grade was I in? I don't even know, but I think, was it JSS 1, I think, or P6, I don't know. But I know that when I came, I started grade 6 in America. So I started grade 6 here, which is middle school in America. Yeah, so I remember my mom telling us that we have to, like, telling me, I remember specifically me, that I had to braid my hair because we're going to America, and like, don't tell anybody you're going to America. But of course, we kids, we do. I did tell my friends or whatever, you know, that I'm going to America. But I wasn't, like, I don't remember being excited about it. I think it was more like, oh, we are going because my parents felt like, I mean, the whole reason why we moved to America is because my parents felt like we needed a better education, and the best education to get is in America. So journey to America. But I don't ever remember being like excited about it, or like being like, oh my God, I can't wait to go. Like, it was kind of like, okay, I'm going on a trip to this place that a lot of people talk about, so hopefully I like it type of attitude. I wasn't really like, yes, I'm get to go to America. And even when I got here, I wasn't like overly excited about it. I was more worried about me liking it, like, because I was comfortable in Ghana, and I was comfortable with my school and my neighborhood and my friends, and like, you know, my parents had good jobs. My mom was a cop, and my dad worked for an NGO company, so we were living well. So like, I wasn't like, oh my God, I want to go to America because Ghana sucks. Like, it wasn't like that at all. So I was more concerned like, oh my God, like, I hope that I love this America place that we are going to, because if not, I'm going straight back to Ghana. But of course I didn't have any choice, like, you know what I mean? So some really weird reason, like, I don't remember a lot of my childhood like that. Like, I have a really bad memory, and so like I remember bits and pieces of it. But when I started school, let's say, I want to say like the struggles of being in school was definitely like trying to fit in. Like, I feel like at that time I was about to be a teenager. You know, you're about to be 13 and you are in this new environment with these new people, and like, you know, you want to be cool, you want to fit in, you want to be part of the cool crowd, I guess. But I never really felt that I was teased for being African. I had a lot of people who made like little comments like, oh, do you guys have like houses in Africa? But I didn't look at it as like you're being ignorant. I kind of looked at it as, okay, you really don't know anything about where I'm from. I probably lived in a better house than you do now. Just saying. But yeah, I used to get like stupid questions like that. I never got teased or bullied for being African. If anything, the only thing that I can ever remember was just people asking like ignorant questions. And also one thing that I thought was so funny is that I didn't even realize I was a black person or a dark-skinned person until I got to America. Like, that never occurred to me until I got here, and people were like, oh my god, like, you're so pretty for a dark-skinned girl, you're so pretty for a dark-skinned girl. And I'm like, what is this? Like, am I supposed to feel special about that? I don't know. Like, it was kind of weird to me at first, but I got used to it as I grew up. I'm like, okay, I guess it's just different because they don't normally see beautiful Africans, I guess. I don't know. And I used to be so annoyed by that. Like, y'all need to just stop saying that. But it didn't really bother me that much. And then I remember I used to tell people like I'm from Jamaica. You know what? I think I told people I'm from Jamaica because I was so sick and tired of people asking me questions about Africa. Like, I was like, why y'all keep asking me like questions? Like, I just got so annoyed by it. And sometimes, especially if I felt that that person was just asking just to be ignorant, just to be funny, that I'm like, okay, like, I was getting annoyed by it. I remember one time I got into this huge argument with this black boy from my high school, and I almost smacked the out of him because I was so angry. Like, I was always arguing with people about Africa because I was just like, you don't know, like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, like, you have no idea. But at the same time, the older I got, the more I was starting to understand where they were coming from. They really don't know, like, they really have no idea where they come from as black Americans in America. And I know where I come from, so I can have an experience. They can only speak from what they saw on TV. And the funny part about it is a lot of the crap that I got from people were mostly from African Americans. So growing up, before college, I didn't really like African Americans like that. Like, I was like, these people are ignorant and they don't ask to know, they ask to be ignorant. And it wasn't all of them. Like, I had some pretty good African Americans that I did like, but I was kind of like, but I was always like kind of like cautious around them because I didn't want them to be disrespectful about Africa, because I was kind of like, I don't want to deal with that type of thing. Like, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to really ask me about it. I was kind of like sick of it at one point. I'm like, don't ask me about Africa. Like, if you don't know it, Google it. Like, I don't know, don't ask me type of attitude. So yeah, the whole African booty scratcher thing, I didn't even know that Africans in America were being called that until like Instagram and Facebook started being popping and people were mentioning it. And I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, I think it all depends on where you lived. I went to an all-white school from high school, so I didn't really get a lot of bullying and stuff like that. Maybe like in an all-black school or all-black neighborhood, maybe that was a lot more. But no, like, I feel like a lot of the questions that I did get to was definitely from black people. Once in a while you may get something from a white person, but it wasn't that many. So I feel like the age in which you move from from Ghana to America is important, because if you do move after elementary school years, I feel like there's no reason to be here, because then you kind of missed out on the foundations, especially if you do want to learn the language, especially if you want to learn like different things in America. You kind of learn it through like preschool and elementary school years, so by middle school it's kind of like you don't get to learn the foundations anymore. You kind of have to. So I never really learned how to speak English, because in Ghana we do speak English. English is like our first language, because there's so many different languages that everybody kind of English is kind of like the common language. So I spoke English while I was in Ghana, and I learned English as part of my academia when I was in Ghana. So when I came here, I did know some English and I could communicate, but of course I have an accent. So eventually, like, I don't know, like, you kind of learn. I've never learned English. Like, I've never like took an English class. The only English class that I took which was not my wanting. It was kind of like part of the, if you came from another country, you kind of have to have the ESL class. So I was in an ESL class when I first got here, like 6th and 7th grade. I don't know if I was in 8th grade. I don't remember, because I was too advanced than all the kids in that class, because like I said, I spoke English and I knew like a lot of English words, and I'm able to communicate in English. So I didn't really need that class. It wasn't really, it was my second language, but it wasn't like foreign to me. So I kind of aced out of that class and I didn't have to go anymore. And so yeah, so adjustments, like adjusting to the American life, so to speak, is kind of hard when you are in your teenage years, when you move from Ghana to America. I think so, because I don't think it's even about the moving part. I think it's just about the fact that you are becoming a teenager and you kind of want to fit in, and you kind of want to speak like everybody and look like everybody and dress like everybody. So the adjustments is a lot more harder when you come at that age. I think it would have been a lot easier if I came like before elementary school, like if I came here really, really young, or like older, like college years. I think it would have been easier, because by the time you're in college, you already know who you are, kinda, not really. And so it's kind of like, you know, like you don't need to fit in, you know, you are your own person at that time. So yeah, if I had a choice in coming here, I think I would say yes, but I would rather have finished high school in Ghana and then came here for college, because I just feel like I said, back to the teenage thing, I just feel like it's a lot harder when you're a teenager to move to a new neighborhood in a new country on this other side of the freaking world and try to adjust and try to be a teenager at the same time, and you're developing and you're changing, and I think it makes it harder that way. So I would have definitely been like, Mom, let me just wait and finish high school and then come to America for my college education. And yeah, so that would have been my choice. Do I regret coming here? Absolutely not. I think I've learned a lot. And the one thing that I love about being an African in the diaspora is the fact that I have experience from both worlds. Like, I know how Ghana is from what I can remember, and I know how America is. So now if I do go back to Ghana, I kind of have an idea of, you know, how America is, how Ghana is, and I can kind of feel like that can bring a lot of, you know, different ideas and different innovations and stuff like that. So I am definitely blessed that my parents did bring me here. Absolutely. Do I want to move back to Ghana? You know what? I've been debating that in my brain a lot, because it all depends. Like, I don't want to say no, I don't want to move back to Ghana ever, and I don't want to say yes, I'm going to move back to Ghana, because I have not been back to Ghana since I got here. I know, I need to go back, and I will be going back soon. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to like say that I'm never gonna move back to Ghana, because I have to first go back to see how it is, to see how the system is, how it will be like if I decide to start a business there, if I decide to establish my life there and have a family there. I need to make sure that I have something solid back home in order for me to go back. My parents love it there. They want to move back home. So I'm not totally like, hell no, I'm not going back to Ghana, because honestly, I'm debating about that. And when I do visit Ghana soon, I can have a better answer for that, whether it's a yes, no, maybe so. I will move, I will not move. So I'm definitely moving. I'm definitely looking forward to that trip. I think that would be like a welcome back home, kind of like I should make like a grand entrance, like how Coming to America movie was, like, you know. But it should be fun. The thing that I love about Ghana compared to America is I love Ghanaian food. Like, I cannot live without Ghanaian food, and that's just never gonna change. Like, I literally cannot wait to go to Ghana because I cannot wait to eat. That's how much I love food, and not just any food. Like, I love good tasting food, and I'm sorry, but Ghana just has the best food ever. I don't care. I don't care what you say. You don't need to debate with me on that. That's just what it is, okay? If you are not Ghanaian and you never tasted Ghanaian food, you need to run, like literally run to the next Ghanaian African restaurant and have yourself some fufu, yams, fried yams, and trophy and fish. Oh my god. I'm not really a rice fan. Like, I don't really it's okay, but I'm not it's all right. But people are so like, oh my god, jollof, and I don't really like. I can eat rice once in a while or whatever, but I'm not really a rice fan. Like, give me banku, give me that okra soup, okra stew, like, you know what I mean? That's just me. So yeah, you know what, all in all, I'm definitely blessed and glad that I came to America. Like, I've learned so many things. And you know one thing too that I love about America? I love the fact that America is so diverse. Like, I don't think that they appreciate how much or how important diversity is in America. Like, I feel like if they know how important it is, they will embrace it even more, because all these people from all these different parts of the world are in America, the melting pot of the world, and everybody brings their own ideas, their own, information, their way of speaking, their way of dressing, and it's like it's all a mixture, and you can get so much inspiration from people around you. Like, a lot of the people that I've met, whether it been from Asia, I know a lot of Indian people, a lot of Spanish people, a lot of white people, a lot of people from different parts of the world, and you learn so much from each other. And I really do think that it's so important to embrace each other and embrace different cultures and embrace different diversity and different people from different backgrounds and different people. But you know what? I'll make another video about diversifying our world and our neighborhoods and things like that, because I really feel like it's so important. So yes, that's my story from the journey. My journey from Ghana, West Africa, to America, the United States of America. If you guys want a lot more story time, let me know, and I will make a lot more story time. Oh, and let me know what kind of stories you guys want to hear, and I will give you what you desire. Why am I talking like this? Okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye.